Hello and welcome to part 3 of our 5-part video series in which we'll be creating this cordial bottle design. In video 1 we looked at how to create the bottle itself, and in video 2 we looked at how to apply the appearances to the different bodies and surfaces within the design. This third video is going to focus on using this tool here. This is the combine tool, and what we'll be doing is we'll be using that in order to create the liquid within the bottle. As you can see here, this is what it'll look like when it's finished. This should be relatively straightforward and easy to get your head around, so let's jump straight in. So this feature is a little bit harder to explain, but hopefully as we go through it, seeing how it works will make it easy to get your head around. So effectively, what we're going to do here is we're going to use this tool. This is the combine tool, and it can do two things. So the first thing it can do is it can take two bodies and stick them together and make them into one. Or what we can do is, if you look at the little example in this image, rather than sticking them together, we could use that smaller block to chop away at the bigger one. So you can use it to combine, but also to cut away. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a shape over this and use this bottle here to cut away at it, leaving the internal shape of the bottle. So like I said, this is not easy to get your head around if I'm just explaining it, but when I show you, it should be relatively easy. So I'm going to create a sketch on the top plane here, and what's important at this stage is that you just create any shape that is bigger than the bottle, like this. There we go. So it doesn't matter whether it's a rectangle or a circle or whatever it is, as long as it's bigger than the bottle. And then what we're going to do, let's finish the sketch, is extrude that into 3D. And what's important at this stage is just to make sure that you extrude it to the point where you want the liquid to fill the bottle. So I'm going to go, let's say, here, and look at the options over here. It says cut. I don't want that. So it's guessed that I want to chop away at the bottle, which is not what I want to do. So I want to change that to new body. And what that will do is it will leave the bottle behind inside and create just a new block that's over the top of it. So let's go OK. And as you can see, the bottle still exists inside there. If I turn this new body off and bring it back on again, you can see the bottle still exists, but this is just sort of intersecting with it. All right, and that's the important bit. The intersection where these cross over is where we then can use this combine tool to do some chopping. So if I go into the combine tool, what it's asking me here is a couple of things. So what body do I want to use as the target? So what that means is, which body do I want to do something to? Well, I want to use the glass here to cut away at this block, leaving just the bit inside. So the target in this case is going to be this block here, which is body 6. And the tool, the thing I want to use to do the cutting, is going to be the bottle. So click on the bottle, and the operation it has guessed is cut, which is good. Sometimes it might be on join. It might think you want to join the two together. We absolutely do not want to do that. So we're going to go cut. And what's really crucial at this stage is that this is ticked. So what this is asking us is, do I want to keep the bottle after I've used it to chop away at this block? Or do I want this just to go away because I'm done with it? Well, I'm going to make sure it's ticked because I want to keep it. And there we go. So it's done the cutting. You can't really see it at this stage, but it's done the cutting, and the bottle is still there in the center. So what it's got now is it's got body 6, body 7, body 8. And if I turn the bottle off, what you can see is from the top and the bottom, you can see there's a hollow there, and there's a hollow here. And the material that was the glass bottle has chopped away at this block, leaving 3 bits. So if I turn off body 7 and body 8, you can see that is what we're interested in, this piece that will fill the inside of the bottle. So body 8, that's, as you can see, that is the shape left inside the indent at the bottom of the bottle, easy for me to say. And body 7 was the rest of that block. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to hide body 8 and hide body 7 at this stage. I'm not going to delete them because for some reason, this has worked well before, but for some reason when I try and delete one of those, let's say body 7, it deletes the bit that I don't want and I don't understand why. So I'm just going to hide that so I'm left with the piece that I want. And if I turn the bottle back on, you'll be able to see that that shape exists inside of it. Now, it's done something quite funny with the appearance of the surfaces, and that's because the inside surface of that bottle is in exactly the same position as the outside surface of what is now the liquid that sits inside it, if that makes sense. But when we do the rendering later on, it should sort that out and it should look fine. All right, so that's how you use the combine tool. We used it as a cut, but you can use it as a way of combining things together if you wanted to as well. So there's one thing we need to do in this video before we move on to the next one, and that is to make the liquid inside look like it is a cordial. So what I'm going to do, let's go to body, it's body 6, let's right click on that, let's go appearance, and there's my appearance toolbar over here. I'm going to hide the bottle actually so I can just see this on its own. And I'm going to use another glass material, I think, or maybe even a plastic, just to create a see-through liquid. But let's have a look. Let's go glass. So I want something a little denser this time. So medium colour was what we used before for the bottle. I think if I use that again, what will happen is it will be a little bit wishy-washy and a bit see-through. Might not look particularly realistic. I'm going to use this one, I think. And you might have to play around with this. I'll show you how to do it when we do the renders in video 5. But sometimes some of these materials, where they interact with one another, can create some unexpected results and not quite look how you want it. But let's do this. Let's drag it on here. It's blue. Do I want my cordial to be a dark blue inside a slightly blue bottle? I don't know. Maybe I do. I might go purpley actually and make this sort of a maybe like a plummy flavour or something like that. So let's right click on the glass and go edit and just change the slider until we're happy. Something there maybe. Yeah, let's go there. Done. Okay, so this appearance bar, if you have it docked like this, when you click on it, it comes out. When you click off it, it should disappear. Or you can use this to bring it out permanently. So there we are. I think that's it for this video. I've got the liquid inside using this combine tool. I've changed the appearance of it. There you go. You can see it's purple inside the blue. We'll see how that looks in the renders. But if it doesn't look great at this stage, don't worry about it. It probably will when we render it. And if it doesn't, we can always come back and change it, and I'll show you how to do that later on. All right. See you in the next video.